Hello, everybody. Hello, Magda. Welcome back.
Hello, Sotiria. Welcome, everyone.
It's great to have everyone with us again today. Today, we have a new person joining us. Last time, we went all the way to Brazil. This time, we're staying within Europe and within Poland, our beloved Poland. And I would like to say hello to everybody. Welcome to today's discussion. We are still keeping up the momentum of AI construction. And we're going to talk about something that a lot of people in construction are curious about, but they haven't figured out yet exactly. So, how the AI gets used on the real projects, not in theory, because our last webinars were a little bit more theoretical. But let's say on a Tuesday afternoon when you're in the office, what happens and how can you use AI to make your workflows run smoother? I would like to also share some news about our courses. First of all, about the Building Smart Foundation course. Yesterday, we had our first exam for this year, which was successfully delivered, and we had people getting their certification. Our next one is next month, always on the first Wednesday of each month. So September 2nd is our next one. So you have a lot of time to sign up and get studying so you can successfully pass the exam. And then our next one is closer to the Building Smart Summit in Tokyo. So I think the best one would be in September. So we're all ready and certified for the next Summit of Tokyo. And for our new course, which is about AI construction, I am very happy to share that the whole course is right now available with the certification exam. So everyone who has been able to see the course, they can also get their certification and they can share it on their social media. And also the people who have not joined us yet, of course, you can scan the QR code and join us on this AI construction course. So let's get into the agenda very quickly before we introduce our special guest for today. Our agenda is, as always, split into three topics. Our first topic is about how construction professionals use AI today. So we're going to take a look on how hundreds of interested professionals, how they're doing and how they use AI into their day-to-day work. Topic number two, we're going to go from the assistant to agents. So what changes when AI is stopping to answer the questions and we start doing the work? And we're also going to have hopefully a live demo as well from our guest. And topic number three is going to be all about data, because as we know, and Magda's favorite topic also, the data is the first part we need to be cautious about when it comes to AI. And we're going to talk about building the national price database with AI, which is a great project that our guest was part of. And I think we should get into it. Let's introduce our guest for today. We have Grzegorz, who is a construction planning consultant, and he's here to share his knowledge with us today. Welcome, Grzegorz.
Hello guys. Hi, good to see you.
Would you like to say a couple words about what you do and about yourself?
Yeah, thanks for sure. I own a few companies in Poland that are dedicated to digitalization in construction. The main of it is a consulting company. We help construction companies, mostly general contractors, to build a strategy to digitalize processes in a company. And this is our main project. We believe that if we will remove the emotions regarding technology and replace it with strategy, a plan for 1 year, then this digitalization will be really a great deal for the company and will save it from digitalization disappearance in a becoming 10 years. Thanks.
So Grzegorz, maybe just before going to the topics, just maybe also to highlight that you have the practical experience. You have been working on the big projects in Poland and before switching to your consultancy business. And I think this is important for us as ethical advisors. We are working with the practitioner and we are showing also what we can bring in terms of the practicality on implementation on AI in the constructions. I think this is important to say. Can you say what was the name of the project that you have been working? I think it was.
Yes. My career in construction started from a position of site engineer. I've been site engineer for like 3 years, and then I moved to planning of a site. So I was on-site junior planner, and for next 5 years I've been really developing planning on construction site. So being on a site and having an access to the plan, how works will be done regarding strategy, regarding critical path, and other points that are important to time schedule analysis, it's really amazing. And actually, if you are on a start of your career, then planning and construction connected with AI and technology, this is amazing. So if you are thinking about your direction, consider planning. It's great. And in my career, it was really great journey that
This
made
is
me to be in a place that I wanted to be.
Yeah, I think this is really great because I think planning was after before going to the AI. Planning is the 4D for BIM. And I think this is, as you said, this is something which is really exciting. And I was also on the job site in the past. And I remember planning was the part, the most important, because then you structure also how do you have all of the connection with the people who are supporting the so not general contractor but also the supplier of the different products, materials on the job site. So it must be very fascinating topic.
Yes,
So
that's right.
yeah, and I think you were on the tunnel job
Yes,
site.
yes, yes, yes. Firstly, I started with construction sites regarding residential buildings, but after like 1.5 years, most probably, I decided to go in a direction of infrastructure. And my main and my biggest project was the tunnel in Świnoujście. It's northern part of Poland. It was single tube tunnel under the river, and it was really amazing because single tube tunnels under the water, this is something extremely more difficult than a two tubes tunnel that we spot almost everywhere currently regarding underground works. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, thanks for sharing this. I think it's always important to understand, what is the background of the people that we invite to Telco Talk. I think this is really great, and I'm really appreciating, your presence with us. And yeah, we have a couple of questions, and just on the first one, I know also the last week you have done, or last time you have done some kind of the survey with the
Yes.
different professionals about AI, and I was just wondering what was the most surprising answer that you can give us some kind of your feelings. What was the most surprising part
Yeah.
of the survey or answers?
So, unfortunately, I would like to talk about two answers, not just about one. So the first question that was maybe not a surprise, but I was really happy with the answer because I do same polls each webinar I run, and most probably 1 or even more years ago, 1.5 year, yeah, during the survey about AI, most of people mentioned that they use AI less than once per week, and it
Okay.
was in March 2025. And today there were like 10 people comparing to 300 people live that marked that they use AI less than one time per week. So it's really great result regarding absorption of this technology. And the second point that I was surprised and I was not happy about it, that people use AI only regarding LLMs on a desktop, web apps, just chatting with LLMs, large language models, instead of using any other domains like computer vision or agentic AI. And this is something we need to change together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a good point, and maybe they use this. This is also the question also to you: why they only stop on this level? Is this the problem of the competencies, or it's too complicated, or why do you think it's?
I think that that the main problem is that we consider SI as an next group of softwares that we can buy or we don't need to buy, that we can buy licenses, etc. But regarding AI and the risks that of course are linked with AI technology absorption, we should think about strategy. And it's not about saying, oh, come to my company, we will help you to build a strategy. No, you need to consider what processes you would like to include AI with, and you need to have a full roadmap of your work and decision what software you need to buy and how much should it cost, this is the final decision. While currently, when I talk with businessmen and companies, the first question is how much and what software we need to buy because I'm not sure we have the money. No. Firstly, we need to have a strategy. Then you will know how much money you will save regarding your investment, and then you will know how much you can invest. And yeah, I think this is the main problem.
And do you see a difference? Do you see a difference between large and smaller companies, how they approach the strategy?
Yes, and this is quite surprising because I see that smaller companies are really, flexible. They can change decision. They have quite big budgets comparing to amounts of people that works in these companies, and comparing to bigger companies like corporations that works in a few countries. None of them, from my perspective, developed AI policies which are required to accept AI different than of course, Copilot and Copilot Studio in the companies, which is linked with Microsoft. Yeah, so most probably for bigger companies, Microsoft Copilot for now is the only legal way to use AI, and it's not always bad news. Yeah, but I think it's important.
Yeah, but this is what I have experienced in my past life. That also, so the strategy of the using AI and seeing AI as a tool, it's like dominant in the understanding. I think we have maybe some comments from the audience. It would be
Yes,
nice.
and
Also
that's great comment.
Yeah.
Actually, can I
How
take
do
that?
Yes, please. Can you read this also?
Yeah, of course. How do you ensure high data accuracy and prevent AI hallucinations when implementing RAG technology on unstructured historical construction database or field logs? So when we talk about RAG, we mean the technology that is linked with vectoral databases. It means that if you have 1,000 lines with, for example, prices, and if you have a price list, yeah, and you have 10,000 lines in your database, if you will give it to AI, then it will not be able to read this database without using all context memory of AI, of large language model. So in order to enable AI to read big databases that has, for example, 10,000 lines in the database, you need to transform these lines into vectors, into numeric representation. And with that, AI is really effective. And regarding the question how to prevent hallucination when implementing RAG technology on unstructured historical construction databases, for example, in my opinion, the answer is included in the question. How to improve hallucination? You simply need to fine-tune your model, and you need to do RAG technology well. Yeah, and from my perspective, the question should be finished in the middle. How do you ensure high quality, high data accuracy, and prevent AI from hallucinations? And this is the place where we should put a question mark, because the answer is implement correctly RAG technology on unstructured historical construction database. And if you would like to know more about it, you can contact me directly on LinkedIn, because we run, for me, extremely interesting project about this topic, because we created most probably the biggest RAG technology database about prices in Polish construction market. So let's be in touch.
I think this is good, and I think we have also the question about this later, but you already mentioned this, and I totally agree that we cannot consider AI like only something miracle that we can use it. It's the thinking, it's the structuring of the data behind, and you cannot use it as it is as a chat GPT, let's say. So yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I think we are ready now to jump into topic number 2. since
Yeah.
we had a great start to the discussion. And I think our next question for you, Grzegorz, would be first of all, to tell us a couple words about AI features and AI native systems. And then, if you can, to show us what does it mean for a construction company.
Yeah. So, from my perspective, and this is our internal in our company, the theory that we should divide softwares that has only AI features implemented, like chatbot that helps you to understand how the software works or to summarize something, and then the second group is AI native systems, where AI features are in a core of the software, and without AI features, this software cannot exist because it's not reasonable. So, from my perspective, software with AI feature, it will be any software soon, because every software on the market is considering how to include AI. Maybe sometimes they do that just in order to say to people, hey, we have AI, but sometimes it's reasonable. But it's way big effort than creating AI native systems, which I think we have on the market a few, and they are great. Maybe I will give an example. Computer vision. We have a few softwares that if you will put in it, upload a PDF drawing or AutoCAD drawing or BIM model, then the calculations made regarding quantities, especially when we will use PDF file and computer vision, are really great. And this is something way bigger than simply putting ChatGPT via API in your CDE application software.
And what does the agentic AI mean for the construction company? I think you have something prepared for us to explain how this works.
Okay. So once again, it's our internal definition. So we have like 3 levels of using AI daily from our perspective, what we see on sites. Firstly, people use just LLMs to discuss some questions, maybe some single files that are uploaded to read it quicker. The next level is using assistants. So when you know just a bit more than how to use LLMs on a web browser, then you can create an assistant. For example, assistant for creating letters to the purchaser on a site in order to include all essential law informations and to put it in beautiful sentences that will be understood and it will look like human wrote it. So this is an assistant, so dedicated LLM assistant for one single purpose, and he is doing that well. And the third level, this is an agent who has a lot of tools and assistants, and it will solve your problems, deciding himself which tool or assistant it will use. So this is the third level. And I think that few years ago, when we've been hearing news from Microsoft that Copilot will solve every problem on the earth, making things instead of people, then we've been expecting that agentic AI will be on our computers few years ago, and we've been a bit disappointed.
I think this is great information to have, and we see that right now even companies like Lenovo, I've seen it in Lenovo, I've seen it in Dell also. When you purchase a new computer, they also give you an AI handbook to get started and get the learning. So I think everyone is now understanding how important it is. And also all these things, the 3 levels that you mentioned, of course, for the people who want to go deeper, we also have them available in the AI construction course. They are deeply explained, and it was great that you were able to give us the overview for the people who are interested to know more. And I see we have also another comment that says, in your experience, are most construction firms using AI mainly for paperwork, or are they successfully integrating it into BIM and technical design workflows? I think this matches very well with the question that we just made for you.
Yes, thanks. So unfortunately, from my perspective, most construction firms are using AI mainly for paperwork, but we spotted a few opportunities regarding Copilot Studio, which can easily help companies to create its own agents. And people started to think not just to create a document, but how to make this workflow being run by AI. And we created almost 4 agents for such companies. They are quite simple, but we see a big change here on the market in Poland that people expect more than just using AI for paperwork. But unfortunately, using AI for paperwork is still main direction, and yeah, we need to change it. If I were the owner of general construction company, I would definitely turn into agents before my competitors will do so.
Yeah, but this on this topic, I think I really like that, there is a need to use AI into BIM a technical design workflow. This is what we also, as a telco advisor, we are participating in different projects and how we can structure the data and the workflows for this specific needs. So we'll be also happy to share some findings. I think already during the summit in the Building Smart International or in Japan. My understanding was that for this also discussion, maybe you can, Grzegorz, show us something what you have done. So just physically also, that we can see some screen and you can give us some kind of
Sure.
Of demonstration.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and I think in the meantime, until
I just hope
Grzegorz
it will
shares
work.
their screen, it would be nice to also see. Oh, yes, we can see your screen.
That's great. That's great. Okay, guys. So regarding agents, this is really simple. This is a Copilot Cowork available since the 1st of July. So it's quite fresh feature here. So the first level, as I mentioned, is simply to write something in the chat. What is the biggest construction company in Poland? Yeah. Of course, you can write it down. You can get the answer. It's not impressive, right? But not many people know that if your company will turn on the cowork feature, the features like create a register of delivery notes for concrete with driver's name, cars parameters, concrete parameters, quantities, and dates, put it in Excel, and send it to my friend Maciej. And I put with this request more than 10 delivery notes for concrete. So each time concrete mixer reaches job site, then site engineer needs to put a signature on the document. Yes, this concrete arrived to the site, etc. So using simply this command, unfortunately it's in Polish, yeah, and putting 10 pictures of delivery notes, Copilot agent created an Excel, created an email to my friend from work, created a body of the email, and is ready to send it. Yeah. So instead of retyping data from paper, which would took me like half hour, I made with Cowork Copilot this automation, and regarding tokens, it costed like less than €2 to do that, to create an Excel, to read the pictures, and to create an email. Yeah. So from my perspective, this is a game changer regarding our daily work, and it's really accessible in Microsoft Copilot.
And yeah, it's really great example. So maybe 2 questions. So one, in terms of the verification, if there is no mistakes, how do you do? And
Yeah.
Just maybe for this one.
Yeah. Okay. So of course you can put some flags in your prompt For example, inform me while you will be done with a work, and before sending it, ask me to accept it. Yes, so you can make it, free to go and give it bypass permission for everything, and or you can do a lot of flags for checks, but it is you to decide. So this is really big power and a great responsibility that comes with it. Yeah, that's it, guys. Here.
Yeah, I think this is a really great example. So here it was mostly about prompting, right?
Yes, it's about prompting and about integrations that are already built in Copilot. Because, for example, if you would like to do that in Cloud Code, you can do same thing, yeah, and most probably it will be even a bit cheaper. But you cannot do that without creating connectors, without entering terminal and installing a Git, etc. You need to do a lot of activities that most of people without technical background cannot do that. But because Microsoft is in Poland very present in construction field, then it is really easy for everyone to do really complex tasks with such agents. Yeah.
I'd say it's indeed very impressive to see, because this is out of the what a normal person who has not looked into it, they don't know that this is possible. So I think it
Yeah.
was great that we have the opportunity to have it shown here. And I think it's
But-
also the great jump to the third topic that we
Yeah.
can jump into. So Magda, would you like to take over the third topic?
Yes, of course. So no, but I just want to comment the second one. I was also on the job site in the past. I was ordering the steel, and I was thinking how I could use it in my past, because I still have plans and also orders. And I remember how many mistakes was done, doing this manually, sending back, the steel from the job site, or not delivering what was needed. So it's really great. Yeah, for the third topic, I think this is something about, you mentioned this already on the beginning, that you have built the database for the tenders, right? And
Yes.
and this is something. What I understood, that this database have a lot of lines of the price of the materials. So I would like to really understand, more first, how did you do, why did you do, and how you manage this. Just
Thanks.
easy
Thanks for
question.
this. Thank you for this question, because honestly speaking, I think we can convert our idea to across Europe solution. So if you are hearing this webinar and you would like to discuss it, let's contact. So the idea is really simple. In Poland, governmental institutions are obliged to answer for questions from people about anything that is considered as a public information. So we created an agent that daily sends approximately 50, 60 letters that are signed by human, and the letters are about a request for a prices for a specific job sites from the general contractors that gained this contract, that won the tender. And with this, we built a really great database. And as in a previous comment we mentioned, we used RAG technology. So each line was converted into vector, and we have vector database. So AI can read billions lines using numeric representation of these lines. And a simple tool, I can show it to you, but it's not on the market yet. I mean, it's not openly on the market. I hope you can see that. Yeah, let me just open my browser. Yeah. So guys, it's really simple. It's like ChatGPT for cost estimate. So you simply ask, what's the price I don't know, of I don't know, beton, so concrete 25, 30 resistance. And now AI will read the database and it will not only say, oh, the price is, I don't know, 200 zloty per cubic meter, but the full information will be, oh, it asks about the units, so we need to wait a bit more. The final information will be, I will show it to you because it's beautiful from my perspective. It's a map with a prices and specific information. What job site in Poland? What was the name of a position, cost position, where, and what was the price, what year was it, etc. So we can have a full information, what's the price about some product, about some service, and you can have it put, and you can see that here. And if you would like to do your job within this tool, you can put an Excel without the prices. You can put an information, what site it is and where it will be created, it will be constructed, and the Excel will be filled with the prices automatically, and you will be able, to check that, to double check that, and to improve your estimation. Yeah. So for example, here we have plastering works. You simply click for this position. Yeah. And you can see similar prices from similar sites. You can simply adapt your regarding the market. Yeah. So this is it. And this is possible only because RAG technology. So this is something that can make you to avoid context memory of large language models barriers. Yeah, because large language models has a memory that you can quickly fill with your data. But using vectors, using RAG technology, you can avoid window context filling with your data. And this is the example of a solution. It's not an advertisement. It's not on the market yet.
It's not on the market yet, and the main the main customers, let's say, for this service are the estimators.
Yes, estimators from general companies, most probably, but I would like to talk with institutions, with public institutions first, because when you will know the price before you will start the tender, it will help public institution to prepare budgets better. So I think we should talk with public institutions first, but it's not easy.
Yeah. No, I think the pricing is always very complex, and even if you have a price, this is also somehow the sum of negotiation between stakeholders. So this is one, but I really like this is really very helpful for many, and I think just talking about the Raga, this is how we can say also that this is like machine readable. Can we use this word for Raga?
Maybe we can. I'm not the scientist about on this field, but yes, we can do that. So we enable data to be effectively read by a machine. Yes. So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I just trying to also to put this in the language that we understand also from the BIM perspective, because this is part of the process also on the construction, and machine readable is something that we are using in our conversation. So this is the example how we can translate the technology of Raga, if something
Yeah.
that people can understand also what it means.
Yeah. So I have the other explanation. If you have just half minute, yeah. So if you would like to understand RAG completely in very easy words, let's imagine that you have some storage unit somewhere, the container, and instead of putting them some papers, you put there vectors, like this scissors. Vector has a start, end, direction, and length. Yeah, I will put it on a white, yeah. So this is the vector, yes. and NI enters the storage units, and instead of reading every paper stored in this unit, it goes to the area where are vectors that in line with the topic that AI is looking. It gathers all these vectors only from this area, not from every part of container, but only from this area, gets it, and then transfer from numbers to the text and reads only these vectors that were, in a field of interest of this AI agent, instead of, entering the storage unit, reading every paper. Oh, okay, I need that one. I don't need that one. And this is something that, in my opinion, is really important for AI.
Thanks
I
for
think
this.
it was a great explanation.
Thank you. It's hard to speak English when you daily speak Polish, and I'm really glad that you said
No,
that.
but still, your English is great, so no worries about that.
Thanks.
Okay, so as I see, we are on time, which is very good. Thank you both for the great discussion, and Grzegorz, I think you were very knowledgeable on this topic, and you gave us really good insights. And I hope they were also appreciated by our audience. I saw we had questions and discussion, so I think the topic is still very hot and interesting for the people, which is also great. So I think for the people who are interested, again, to know more about AI construction, you can always find us here on our, every 2 weeks, we deliver the webinars, and also we have the AI construction running. And you can also, as I said in the beginning, you can earn your certification now. So if this is a field of your interest, please make sure to follow up with us and join the certification program. And in 2 weeks, we will have our next webinar. So we will be very happy to have everybody join us. And Grzegorz, thank you very much for today. I
Thank
think
you.
it was great to have you with us. So it's really great to also connect with people from different parts of the world to see what happens in each part of the world, because we're not all the same. And I think also that's a beautiful part of it. We can inspire one from the other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you very much, Grzegorz. I think it was very useful, very practical. This is what we expect from this Tylko talk, and we will continue. And yes, thank you for your attendance, sharing your knowledge. We are really enjoying this and happy to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thanks.
Okay.
Let's meet in Poland somewhere on the
Yes,
job.
for sure. We need to.
Okay.
Okay. So
Bye-bye.
thank you, everyone. And thank you, Grzegorz.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.